In NBA history, the Game 5 winner in the best of 7 tied at 2 goes on to win 82% of the time. By the way, Milwaukee has not lost 3 games in a row a single time all season long. So let's come out and talk about this. And Tibbs, I'm going to start with you because let's just sort of trace what conventional wisdom was. Bucks took care of their first 2 at home. They look good. Game 3, Toronto fought like crazy. Kawhi had a superhuman performance, and it still took double overtime. I think the world thought Milwaukee would win last night and take control of the series. Why didn't they?
I think the bench play. The start of the game, you can see Giannis try to impose his will. He's attacking, getting to the rim. But Kyle Lowry at the start of the game, he answered every time Giannis attacked. And then the bench play, when you look at Powell and what he did, Van Fleet, and Ibaka's rebounding was huge for them. And then you hit on it with Gasol. I think the ball movement is much better. They're using Gasol more at the elbow in the high post area. They're sharing the ball because both teams are loading up on the star players. So Milwaukee's loading up on Leonard, and Toronto's loading up on Giannis. So the bench players have to make shots.
You know what I find myself thinking as I'm watching, and I can't help it. Maybe this isn't the right way to be thinking, but I find myself wondering what Golden State is thinking as they watch this. I find myself wondering what they're kind of hoping happens.
They're hoping for a Game 7 quadruple overtime. Like, that's what they're hoping for. You got guys like Andre Iguodala that needs rest. Obviously, it's KD and Boogie. But also one of the things that you have to worry about is that these guys are going to get up the minutes, right? So Steph, if these guys aren't playing, Steph is going to play more minutes. Clay, Draymond, all of these guys. So this 9-day break is huge for these guys.
Now, Laura, do you see Swagoo over there?
Yeah, are you okay over there, Swagoo?
Go ahead, bring him the chair.
He's so upset. He doesn't even
I don't need a damn chair.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Watching that game last night, Tibbs, how can these guys be the best player in the world? I know we've talked about that a number of times, and not we in general, but I've heard a lot of people on television say, well, Giannis is the best player in the world. Then it flips to Kawhi being the best player. Then KD the best player in the world. I don't remember LeBron James only having 19 in this type of situation. Or 25. LeBron had a triple-double one time in a playoff series, and people said it was a bad game. So I just... Like, both of these guys are tremendous. They are amazing basketball players. But don't we need to be a little bit more careful before we best in the world tag people?
Well, when
guys.
When you're in the postseason, it's all about what have you done for me lately. And let's be really honest. When you look at what KD was doing before he went down, what Kawhi, the postseason Kawhi has had, look, yes, we've seen LeBron do that for 13 straight postseasons, right? We've seen all this stuff happen.
Say it again?
I said we've seen him do it for like 13 straight postseasons.
Okay.
So,
Wait a minute. He had taken some criticism early on as well.
A lot.
Now, let's not say that Giannis is not great. All right, what they did in the regular season, what they're doing in the playoffs, it says how great he is.
But you're looking at me. Look at him.
Yeah,
I'm not the one saying these things.
Tibbs, I agree with you. But the looseness of how we say the best in the world has bothered me for a couple. Like, during this playoff run, if you guys have been paying attention to any media, he's the best player in the world. KD's the best. After a 35, 40 point, it changed. I'm like, dude, the best player in the world is probably shooting a movie right now. Let's be honest with what's happening right now. Even though these playoffs have been amazing to me, literally seeing these young guys in this position to get to a championship is amazing. But let's not throw the best player in the world around too loosely.
Well, let's keep Swag. Go ahead.
It's a great point. When you start talking about the greatest ever, I think you got to do it over a long period of time. One season does not make you the greatest ever. I think to be able to sustain that. But Giannis, the only thing that's separating him right now is when you look at his progression from his first year to where he is today, it's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
And his impact on winning is amazing.